The scariest thing is that if you create a ballet that when performed, they see it and they say, that's not my music, that's not who I am or how I see art, that would be very depressing, you know, for all of us, because we work so hard, the dancers, the designers, to capture something that is authentic about these musicians. This is the song Sexuality, where I'm actually going to film two women caressing in red sheets. So you see skin red all over this. And here's going to be the heartbeat to the rhythm of the song. I'm going to have a very erotic tableau. And I'm going to push it, even by Alberta standards, to try to really, because the song is there, right? It's all in the lyrics.
Great.
So,
Nothing like controversy.
So you see Nicole's one of the leads who will be
Nice
doing.
arms.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Yeah.
And that's Tara, her lover.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, that's Aina, who's Cuban, actually. I'm actually going to get their haircut for the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's asking a lot.
No, they're okay because it's summer after, so they're off.
I can come cut their hairs because I'm my own hairdresser.
Are you really? Okay, I'm booking you.
I'd be happy to do that for you.
When I listen to Katie Lang's music and that voice that seems to sing for someone far away, and so when I approached her, I asked her if she would consider, you know, that I set the ballet in the prairies where she was born, where her vision of life and how it connected to her spirituality. And she was very happy about that. She really believed also that where she grew up shaped her voice and her music and her vision of life and how she lives her spirituality as well. So it was a very deep connection.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. You don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
When you sing this hallelujah, is it for you an hallelujah to the best and the worst that we can live in life, and the sour and the sweet and the...
Well, it's everything. I mean, it depends on the verse. It depends on the night. There's definitely sort of a theme of the human condition, which would be desire to me, I think. This internal struggle with spirituality and romance and need and all these things. It changes every time I sing it.
Which is good, probably.
Yeah, I never get tired of singing. Well, I haven't yet gotten tired of singing it because it's like I say, there's a lot to chew on as a vocalist on the lyrics, you know.
Yeah. All the different interpretations I've heard, there's never two the same. Never two the same.
There's a lot.
Which is your favorite one, if you had to pick?
Jeff Buckley, probably.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And from your own collection of recordings?
My favorite one wouldn't even be on record. It would be just like some crazy moment, some small theater somewhere where I just happen to be in that particular mood. I don't know. And there might be one line that I deliver with such purity that I shock myself. So I don't know. And it's fleeting and it's gone. That's what I love about music.
And I've walked the floor, used to live alone before I knew ya. But I've seen your flag on the marble arch. Our love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You talked about the seasons in the prairies, and you said to me that in the winter you played a lot of sports, group sports, but there was one thing you guys like to do was to get into a skidoo, and there was these holes in the prairies, and you go
Get
in
into
there.
a skidoo.
Yeah.
That's maybe onto a skidoo.
Onto it.
That's the French, right? Get into a skidoo. Be warm. No, yeah, get onto the skidoo. Yeah, into the sloughs.
The sloughs, that's
Sloughs,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be basically round because it would be around a pond, and of course trees would grow around the outside.
Yes.
So we'd find a path into the middle of the slough, which would just be this big marshmallow top of snow.
Yeah.
Go into the middle, collect wood, start a big bonfire, and drink, you know, Kahlua and hot chocolate and crazy shit like that.
That first moment where we meet and I get to talk to them, and it's like they open their personal diaries a bit, and they let me into their music and their songs, and they share some very personal comments. that moment gives me the idea for the script, the general idea for the ballet. And with Katie Lang, it was about her finding her spirituality in Buddhism and how she grew up in the prairies and what the people were like around her. She said that living in the prairies is so minimalistic that a single kiss or a single touch can set off the fireworks. And so I just knew how to start the first pas de deux in the ballet when she said that, you know. Job of the choreographer to inhabit the musical world of the composer, and it's our job to try to somehow paint the hidden geometries of their music, you know, whether they're musical or psychological. So I'm able to talk to the composer at the time of creation, and that's for a choreographer is really an extraordinary experience, and for the dancers as well. Tell me about Inglewood, because it opens the ballet where she suddenly has a relationship with the crow. The ballet opens with the lead and the crow.
Inglewood, I've never really told this story because I didn't want it to become a story that was out of context.
Yeah.
But Joe and I were writing, and Joe got a bee in his bonnet about this amp that he wanted to go buy, and he answered a Craigslist ad, and we go to this person's home, and it was this black guy. He was married to a white girl in Nashville, and we just started talking about how difficult, what they must experience. You know, people's conceptual ideas of mixed marriage or gay marriage or whatever. We're just talking about not fitting into the norm of society's expectation of what a relationship is. And that's really where it stemmed from, just being at odds with the social constructs of relationships.
With the dancers, it's important that they see the big picture first of the ballet. The story, who is their character, and how they're going to transmit the story without words and with movement to the voice. The words are Katie Lang's words.
Inglewood, won't you treat me gentle? I left my heart on the west side.
It's a daunting role for a ballerina because ballerinas are trained to dance without weight, you know, and that's why, you know, this ballet is grounded. They're not going to wear any point shoes, the women. They're going to be in the ground. There's going to be a lot of very percussive stomping dance choreography that they're going to have to learn, and they have to be earthy. They have to feel like they just grew out of the earth and stood there. And so for a ballerina, it's a big challenge because they're used to being on top of their feet and being light, weightless. And so that's going to be for them a big voyage to be able to capture what would connect me to this land without being blown away in the wind.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, beautiful. Put that out as a video. I love this. Did you guys put the canvas up there?
No, that was there, huh, when we arrived. Very windy that day. And so in a way, that day was trying to capture the essence of the ballet, you know, with the dancers out in the prairies. It's not
Beautiful
hard.
in slow motion, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Wow, you guys are working hard.
Yeah. When you will be looking at dancers dancing to your music, some of the other singers like Joni or Sarah said to me, I've never sat in a theater with an audience listening to me, myself singing before. Have you ever been through such an experience?
Well, I mean, I watched a movie I was in with some of my music in it. No, I can imagine it's hideous. I'm really not looking forward to that part.
I can tell.
Like I said, maybe I'll have like Mozart in my earphones and watch your ballet without my music. That'd be okay.
Or Debussy will work.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
So much,
yeah,
Katie.
thanks.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Thanks for
I
this
can't tell you
book.
how much of a thrill that was for you to watch my work for once.
Yeah.